gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational cog corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence, this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out pet.
And there we go. I've unmuted both of us. A bit of a messy start there. Apologize about that.
That's the new intro.
Well, yes. What you think of the new intro? It's like a remix, a remaster. You know. You might notice we're missing Muzz. He'll be joining us about 15 minutes into it. I think you'll notice when Jackpot's screen gets like pushed off to the side because he'll pop in and it'll mess up the whole layout, and then it'll take me about 5-10 minutes to fix that. So look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. We have Rogue. He says top of the morning to you. Give us your lighter, Rogue. You can. LSB shaking the head. Donnie saying sup you bums. How are you doing, Donnie? Sutra Blah. Nice to see you again with the thumbs up. Thumbs up to you too, Sutra Blah. Geisen getting nice and moist, which is what we like to see, Geisen. Did you tell us? I know you went to see Alien Romulus. Did you enjoy it, Geisen? I don't know if you told us. I don't know if you got feedback from that. It's free real estate, who I think I just learned recently is actually Zach Wilder. Remember Zach Wilder used to be in the live streams? Zach the Lego Maniac, I think Decepticon used to call him. You know, I think he's it's free real estate. Because I was watching an old stream and I noticed in the chat and the screen, it was his old name was still up there. So you're exposed.
Why people change their names?
You're
Why
exposed.
people change their name? Be sneaky.
I don't know. I don't know. He says Batman looks pretty good. He says Batman look pretty good. I didn't actually look at any of the Batman previews because I don't have a Quest. I'll never have a Quest. I don't want to talk about Quest exclusives, other than the fact that we don't have them, and Sony are bitches for not getting us Batman as an exclusive.
Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man sitting right there, you know. Where's the Spider-Man game? Insomniac experience with virtual reality development, but you know, whatever. Just relax. Donnie says cut them. Yeah, sorry about that, Donnie. Is my microphone too loud, by the way? How's the sound coming through?
Test. Buy a Quest.
No.
Damn, they even rhyme.
Well, yeah, you're spitting bars there for a sec. Someone forgot to take their meds, says Jack Boss. Fat finger.
With all the interest.
Yeah, I was. Listen, I was distracted. Things were getting crazy. Test is good. Even though we're muzzleless, don't worry, Muzz will pop in. But let me know when Muzz pops in as well to make sure his audio is good when the time comes too, if you remember. Donnie says he remembers Zach. Geisen says Romulus was good. Interesting, he didn't say great. He's just saying good. You know? I'm wondering if I would like Lalas or not. It's free real estate, says you bitch, you found me out. There you go, you're exposed, Zach. The Lego Maniac. Pumpkin as eyes is where I'm always watching. Ragos is back. How you doing, Ragos? What's up, guys? Them bars are trash, says Donnie. Donnie's right 100%. And blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, semen of my semen. Honey Badger has arrived. Saying burning the midnight oil with the boys. How you doing, Honey Badger? Get Phasma. Have you got Phasmophobia yet? Because he's going to play it flat with us. You know, we're going to get a flat Badger in there. He's going to be playing with us.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that when it happens. The price is going to go up when they fucking release it in like 1.0, so get it before that happens.
$5.
Yeah. I think right now it's like $13 or $14. Euros, whatever. If it's out, I'll buy this weekend. It's been out for 4 years. It's an old game, but it's only now I'm able to play it because I'm on PSVR now. But yeah, Jackpot. How you been since last week? What's going on with you? How's the sex life?
Good.
Good.
Everything good. Yeah. Contractors. What else? Every week is the same thing. You know.
Every week's the same thing. You just got the
contractors.
fucking. Okay, for you, yeah, it is the same thing for you.
I just keep getting. Every
You played
day like
Phasmophobia.
that.
You played Phasmophobia with us as well. Why you lying?
yeah.
And you're playing fucking Supermarket Simulator with your wife. You know, you're doing all
yeah,
kinds of
yeah.
things. You're not even. You're lying.
Well, I'm
You're
not
lying
done. You
to
caught
us.
me off. Right.
You got
I was
fucking
gonna
exposed.
talk for like a good 15
Probably
minutes about
we'll
what
probably
I did.
play some Devour as well this week, maybe.
That'll be
Badger
good.
says on Xbox. Sorry, I forgot. It's not on Xbox yet. That's Halloween. I thought you'd be playing it on PC. I don't know why I
Halloween.
thought you played it on PC, but maybe your PC isn't up to us.
Halloween 2025. No, that game, if it's flat, it's not very demanding. Unless he has like a really old computer.
I don't know how old it is. And like Phasmophobia, like it looks like ass kind of, but it is
But it's not
very
demanding.
it's very unoptimized though, you know. So just because it looks like it should be running on a fucking PS2 doesn't mean it's going to run smoothly on a PC because
But
PC
flat?
gaming is trash. Yeah, even flat. Even flat.
Well, he needs to
I
tell
mean, I
us
don't know.
what his
I don't know.
computer.
What's your graphic card, Badger?
It says
Is he on
minimum
the
a
1070?
Oh, it says 9070. A GTX 9070 is the minimum, which probably need more than that. But that's the minimum.
I
That's
don't
an
want a
old
90.
ass. That's like
Non-existent?
bad-
Damn, he doesn't have one. Okay, I thought he had a gaming PC.
there you go.
But maybe it's not. It's out of operation.
Next year, Christmas next year.
Oh, he
that's-
sold it. He had a 660 Ti. How old is that?
Hmm.
A 660 Ti. Are you familiar with that? Must be ancient technology. He's got no PC yet. Saving for the entire rig in one go. That's the way to do it.
Yes.
All right. And yeah, you know what I've been doing because I've been streaming this all last week. I know this. I've been doing these schedules lately, and I found
Yeah.
that because I have a schedule, I find myself feeling more obligated to do it. If you know what I mean. Like there was a day there last week where I was like, can't remember what game it was, but I was feeling really tired, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to do this." And then I did it, and I had a good time. I was glad I did do it. But I think if it wasn't for that schedule, I would have said, you know what, not tonight, lads. I'm going to take a fucking. I'm going to sleep instead. But,
so you regret it, or you say you don't regret it?
No, I think
You
it's good.
actually-
Like I think it's good because then when I'm actually in it and I'm having a good time, then I lose the tiredness and I'm having a.
What was the game?
I think it was
Against
Contractors.
no
I think it was like Contractors where I was like getting good kills and shit. And I thought I was going to play shit because I was tired. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be playing well in this at all. I'm not feeling this. And then I was like Rain Man. You know, fucking. I wasn't looking. I was like shooting my Desert Eagle out looking headshots.
No,
I had a
I
sniper
don't-
behind my back. Headshots. I did a backflip in my chair with the whole chair. And I dropped
When you
grenades.
have
I
this-
threw 16 grenades as I was dropping, then spinning in the air. And I took out like the whole fucking map. That was the day I finished second, I think. Remember that fucking Unreal stealth action I was doing for like 20 minutes at the end of the round?
AKA hide.
And I couldn't speak because if I spoke, they would hear
They knew
me.
exactly where you were
They
either
didn't.
way.
They didn't. They hadn't a clue. But yeah, that was good shit.
Yeah.
And very entertaining because I didn't speak for like 15 minutes on a stream. What's this? Get away from me! I have to keep.
What do you
Discord
think
open.
now about Contractors?
I really
it?
like. I
Or
really,
what don't you
really like Contractors a lot. It's still it's janky though. It's janky. Like I feel like when it comes to PSVR2 and they can optimize for that one platform
Well, of course.
with the adaptive triggers, with the HDR, with all that good shit, it's gonna be like the shooter on PSVR2.
Right.
You know, if it comes, they might not even do it.
I will. Next year, buddy.
Well, why aren't they talking about it? You know, they're like, it's
Because
on our to-do
everything's
list.
sucks, everything's expensive. You know.
It's
The
free.
economy
It's
sucks
free.
everywhere.
It's free to just make a tweet and say, you know, we're working on this. It's confirmed
They
we're doing
told you
this. It's on our to-do list, yeah, but that's not concrete enough for me. I'd like it to be a little bit more concrete than that.
Well, they don't have a concrete. They're gonna
Yeah,
say
but maybe
we
they're
don't
looking
fucking
into
know.
it and it's like, oh, actually, this is not financially viable, so we're going to pretend we never said that.
No,
That could happen.
Not right
That
now.
could happen.
No, what they're saying is not right now, but later, if the economy, everything gets better.
They didn't say
then
anything
they
about
might.
that. They didn't say anything about the
I
economy.
know, but that's what makes sense.
You're just
Look,
making
everything
it up.
about the
You're
world
just making
is
shit up.
page.
Why
No,
does
that's
any
what
game?
makes
Why
sense.
does any game come out in this economy?
Because
You
they
know,
have
the
more
way you're
money.
talking about it, nobody should be putting out a game because of the economy.
Nope.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
Yep.
Cornerstone Stacey 777, who's the best 777, by the way. Much better than the 777 I have beside me here. Says, I got a PC Monday. I have no plans for PS5 Pro now. Have the PSVR2 PC adapter on the way. I'm going to play all the older viewer games I missed first. On your... Oh yeah, I guess on the PC you'll have a good library of the older stuff as well. Like Skyrim and shit like that if you missed out on those. I still have to get into that with the mods and shit. Where you can talk to the NPCs with like ChatGPT and shit. That's gonna be fucking nuts when that happens.
Yep.
But it's probably gonna be really complicated and break everything.
For you.
Well, for anyone.
Oh.
There we go. See? This is what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm here to ruin everything.
It's okay, Muzz. It's okay. You can before we got into a topic. Now, is Muzz's camera going to be okay? Why is it spinning like that? Is your camera off, Muzz? Have you turned it off? Jackpot, can you see him?
1 second, 1 second.
No, he has his
Camera.
Yeah.
Camera.
I need to
Where
raise,
is it? Where
I need
is
to
it?
raise him.
The memento.
Apologies. Apologies for the bootleg nature. Keep them talking, Jackpot. Keep them talking. Don't say anything about a quest. Don't say anything about the quest. Alright, Muzz is here. Now I gotta fix Jackpots.
Well, while he fixes that, everything you said about contractors, it's a lie. I don't think he ever did that many kills. I don't think I was there. But I'm a little bit bummed that Muzz has had the issues, even though it was really funny. But it's like he can't get it.
My arms locked on the on the ground, and I couldn't move and couldn't do anything. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you were spinning around. I was like, and then the fucking gorilla arms and shit. I was like, oh fuck.
And then suddenly my character just took off running in a direction I wasn't pressing anything.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just sprinting forward.
Did you figure out what that was, Muzz?
It was the Steam VR. It just crashed on me. It like had like some kind of error. So I shut it down. I restarted it, and then it still crashed when I started up Contractors. Just kept closing. Don't know what the hell is going on.
So, have you tried it since?
Yeah, and now it's working. So
Weird.
I don't know.
Weird.
I really don't know.
All right. So how?
I haven't tried Contractors yet. So I don't know if it's something to do with Contractors and it not working, or if it's just.
Well, what's going on? Like Dan has that issue as well with Contractors, where his voice keeps getting cut out like 5 minutes into every single match.
Yeah.
Like it seems to be just that game, maybe. So.
But I haven't had that problem yet. I haven't had a mic issue. Just that a much worse. I had a much worse issue with the controls.
Yeah.
And I think the mic is a fucking issue with the game itself. I think doesn't happen to us as much, but I think it has happened to like me, Decepticon, LSB. But we usually just play on the Quest.
Okay.
So I don't know if the PC has anything to do with it.
Zach the Lego Maniac says he's been looking at pre-builds himself. I had a custom pre-build. I think that's the superior way to go because I did it, and I'm the superior being. Therefore, it's the best way to go. But it is cool that you get to like pick out the bits and pieces and then not have to worry about assembling it yourself. Honey Badger says Contractors looks sick. Was watching one of your previous streams during work. Stealth action is a new way of saying camping. Hey, the amount of people who fucking like, if you're in a fucking building, the fucking wall is coming in, you're surrounded by enemies, and you're just in a building taking cover, which is what you should do. And then they walk into your house and you kill them. It's like, oh, you're a fucking camper. It's like, what do you want me to do? Walk around and fucking in the middle of the open and get shot like you did, you fucking asshole, you know? So
no, but
it would be fair. It would be fair, Pumpkins.
It would be fair,
yeah, but in 15 minutes, you camp the whole way out to the last second until you got killed. You were never like, okay, I'm gonna go kill these guys.
That's a different situation. That's a completely different situation. I was outnumbered because you two managed to get yourself killed, especially you, Jackboss. Classic Jackbot behavior. And in the end, the only reason I died is because it was 2v1, you know, and I took out one of them. I heroically took out one of them, and the other guy got me. But but yeah, there's some. Well, first of all, there's a lot of fucking squeakers, and then the ones who aren't squeakers are like, oh, you're that dude we were playing with yesterday. He's like, oh, you're so shit at the game. You're so shit. You should have killed me or something like that. But yeah, good times. Deadeye Dan is here. How you doing, Deadeye Dan? He says Contractors is great. Honey Badger. You heard that. It's approved by Deadeye Dan. Danny says backflip with the chair while throwing 11 grenades taking out the map. You better believe it, Danny. God, that was a solo, so you might not have seen that one, but it happened. Bad Robot says touching girls. No, we don't do that around here. We touch tips around here. How you doing, Bad Robot, though? Donnie says, Contractors coming to PSVR2, give up that pipe dream I have. Well, they said it themselves. They put the pipe dream in our heads. Bad Robot's trash. Sorry, he says, I'm leaving, trash. And 0 out of 10, no girls.
Like that, Bad Robot?
Listen, it happens. It slips out. LSB says, has PCVR saved PSVR2 for the time being? Not really. I mean, it's saved some of us. But I wouldn't say it's saved PSVR2 because I think the vast majority of us do not have PCs. You know, so there's a lot of people just waiting on Behemoth and Into the Radius and all these other games coming out at the end of the year. Bad Robo says, embarrassing. Trash, crash. Daylight Dance says, we did play a couple of games and it worked all the way through. Okay, but that was rare, Dan. That was a rare occasion. You gotta be proactive in Battle Royale, says Honey Badger. I disagree. I got second when I was camping. Well, I wouldn't say camping. I would say strategically placing myself on the map. So you can call that camping if you want, but it got me second place. And it was really what was really good. Like when I'm playing a flat Battle Royale game, when you're listening to footsteps and shit, you're kind of like, oh, is that over there? Is that over there? But when you're in Contractors, it's like, oh, it's above me and it's behind me, and like you can pinpoint exactly where it is. Like it's really good.
It's just more fun the other way, you know. You camp all the way, and then you got second place. You got one kill the whole round, so you just camp the whole.
But
time.
what if I had won? Would it have mattered if I camped? That feeling would still would have been like
probably the amount of chance. I'm just fucking guessing. I'm assuming if you are more productive instead of just camping the whole time, I'm assuming there's more chances of you winning if you're the other way instead of just camping every single time.
How many times have you finished second though? Like, you know.
Bunch.
And you do the proactive way, and you just die, and then you do the proactive way, and then you're in the matchmaking screens all the time, you know. Whereas I'm in the game.
Yeah, but I get
I might
a lot
be sitting
of
down, not doing anything, but I'm still in the game.
I get on firefights. It's more fun.
Yeah, no, listen, I get it. I understand. Especially for like if you're streaming us, you should probably try to be more entertaining. But listen, I found that tense. I found that enjoyable. It was a tense situation, you know. Even though I was sitting in a corner, kind of cowering. Just like listening to their footsteps, listening to them talking and stuff like that. It was good.
A little heart was pumping out
if you play like that with the camping strategy, you need to put on some like intense like spy music to like go with it. Like play some Metal Gear Solid music in the background.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking, Muzz.
There you go.
Good ideas. I need to create like more scenes for specific scenarios within games. Cornerstone says, looking at PCVR on the Steam store, I do think Sony has a lot of the good games on PSVR and PSVR2. In fairness, they do. But like the good games like slowed down on PC. In my opinion, PCVR is kind of dead as well. You know, if it wasn't for the modding, that's kind of keeping it going. It's in a better position than PSVR2. So that, you know, I'm not trying to say PSVR2 is better off than PC, but PCVR is not in a great spot either. Only Quest. That's the only one that's like doing kind of well, and that's. Like, even the Quest 3 isn't doing as well as the Quest 2 was, you know, so that's a little bit iffy. And they're shutting down studios and shit. LSB says, does Muzz play Showdown sitting down too?
I play every game sitting down unless I'm forced to stand, if there's no sitting down option.
Is it a back issue, Muzz, or?
Well, if I do stand up for a long time, like in one place, I do start having some back pain. But that's like after like 2 or 3 hours of just standing still. But yeah, I just would rather just sit down playing video games. Yeah. And on a flat screen or in VR, I just want to sit down and play games. I don't want to be standing. Also, I personally don't understand how standing up gives you any more immersion, because it's not like you're moving your legs to walk around anyway. So
if you had the opportunity to get one of them treadmill things, would you think you'd use it? Like, it would have to be a really, really good one that like wouldn't be jank at all and like work flawlessly, and then I would maybe try it. But like all the ones I've seen so far that are on the market look all like
you're like wobbling around as you're walking, and it just doesn't seem
like
it looks
$3,000 to fucking wobble around.
Yeah,
Do
no, I
you
don't.
sit
I don't
at the
need.
edge of your
I don't
chair?
need that. I saw the really good one that Disney. Some people at Disney are making like a really cool mat that you can kind of expand on, and you can even have 2 people standing on it at once, like playing at the same time, because it's like just interacting with the bottom of your feet. It's not like the whole thing moves.
Is that where you're wearing like the slippy slippers?
I don't know if they're slippers. It's like a blue mat that looks kind of like a grid system that's like all connected.
Okay, I haven't
And
seen
I think
those.
you can. Yeah, just look up Disney VR. I think it's the only one that's
That's
there from
interesting.
them.
Guys, it says Hollow Platform. Is that what that is? Hollow Platform?
Maybe I forget the name of it. I just know Disney. Some people at Disney are trying to make something VR.
All right. Jackpot, you were saying something there.
I was gonna ask Mus
Try to
if
look
he when he plays well, I guess any game, but especially contractors, if you stand, I mean, sit all the way on the edge of your chair, or do you sit normally all the way up? Because when I played a couple times sitting down that game, it doesn't track correctly. I have to like get on the front to grab my ammo or put it where it needs to be. You know what I mean? Like it affects a little bit my shit of contractors. That's why I have issues when I play sitting down that game.
It depends on like if I'm sitting in my other chair, my armrests are pretty low and they don't bother me too much. But I do sometimes just have to kind of like move forward to like get the belt to like not be where
Right.
my chair is, so I don't hit my chair with my hand to like get my ammo or whatever. But
Yeah, sometimes I have to
I'm
adjust.
used to it. I'm so used to it now. It doesn't bother me. Like I can
Yeah.
play just fine.
Cornerstone says, I'm too old to stand up for hours now. Amen. Honey Badger says, I need you in peak condition for the eventual move to pro contractors, says Badger. Oh, I missed another comment earlier on, sorry. Badger says, hit the gym, Muzz, fix that back pain. Well, in fairness, you said that you don't get it until like 2 or 3 hours after you're standing. I think everyone's going to get a bit of
Yeah.
an ache after that long.
And it's usually just like the top of like my kind of like behind my neck, like because just like standing still, I'm just kind of like I don't know, just starting to weigh on me.
LSB said, everyone plays sitting down except for me and maybe Decepticon. Jackpot, do you play standing up mostly or sitting down mostly?
Mostly standing up, but I don't play many hours. But I do like in between rounds, I'll sit down because I do get fucking tired or just uncomfortable. Like my back will hurt after. If I do hours like that, my back will be fucked too. Because I can't sit in a chair for a bunch of hours because I got some fucking back issue. Not a big deal, but
From taking all the back shots at Ram Ranch.
no, that's
That
you.
is.
But like games like VR chat and shit, since we're just gonna fuck around and chill for hours, I'm just
Yeah.
sitting down or laying down or whatever, man.
Understandable. Wait, laying down? What do you mean? From the furries to rub you? You lie down in the bed and get the little furries to come over and pet you.
Nope.
Disgusting. Badger said, I need you in peak condition for the eventual move to pro contractors. Honey Badger, you come into VR on PC? Join us in contractors. Jeremiah says, every win I have had in contractors, I was sitting on my ass being lazy. There you go. Well, contractors allows for strategy, I think. You don't need to be Twitch to win a game like that if you're smart, like me and Jeremiah. Deli Dan says, I'm with you, Cornerstone. I am ancient. Dusty Loads, they call him on the streets. Decepticon says he's got a back like a shrimp. I assume he's not talking about himself though, because he's always standing up. Donnie says Disney's tech is unfathomable since the money behind it is as well. So I wonder if they're like investing money into that. Is it for like their own, like you go to their fucking amusement parks or whatever, and then there's like they've got some kind of a machine, like a VR machine or something like that. Like it's not something that they're releasing to the public, like a product they're selling.
What are you even talking about?
The fucking
I don't
Disney
think-
thing that
I-
Muzz is talking about.
Oh,
He wasn't listening. He wasn't listening to any of it. I don't think it's for sale yet. I think it's still like in kind of prototype phase. I think.
Okay.
I'm just gonna see if it'll come up on a YouTube video if I type it.
Guys, this says it's called Disney's Hollow Tile Floor.
That sounds
So there
good.
you go. I doubt they can. I doubt that's going to be a consumer thing. Probably just something like an attraction or whatever. You go to be inside the world of fucking Frozen or whatever.
The arcades.
Go over and give Olaf the snowman a fucking snowball fight or some shit. I don't know. Decepticon says baby back shrimp. Bad Robot says if you stand, you have more freedom of movement and you don't look like a crippled Kratos. That's true. I used to play Firewall standing up for like a long time. I was definitely, when I started sitting, I definitely lost like some aim and speed or whatever you want to call it. Even though I'm in the wheelie chair or whatever and I'm able to spin, but it's not the same as standing up. However, the pain in the feet, you know, man, I'm on my feet all day at work and then I come home, I'm on my feet all day in VR. It's like, and I'm obese, so like all that weight on the feet, it's just it can't be done. Can't be done. Bent like a question mark. Honey Badger says eventually I will get VR. Definitely want to play Contractors. Nice. Hopefully by then it'll be smoother as well, because it definitely has some jank to work out. And I guess after all these years we can play on the same platform too. Well, there you go. Well, listen, we're gonna be playing Phasmophobia before that. Disney made it for movies. Interesting. So you're walking around in the movies. You're in the movies with your favorite characters. 777, the real one, says, can you mod Skyrim VR on PC? Yeah, of course you can. Apparently you shouldn't play it unless it's modded on PC. Like, that's the real reason you get it on PC. You can do like all kinds of crazy mods. You can add like physics systems where you're like picking up people in the game and interacting with things properly, like you should have been able to do, but Bethesda were too lazy to do it. LSB says Disney had some guy develop the holotile for rides and shit like that. Well, there's conflicting information going on here. But anyway, we ready for the first topic?
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking about PSVR2 prices.
I mean, yes.
Muzz?
Yes.
Okay, yes. That's fine. If you weren't ready, that's fine. You know, if you had something to get off your chest, we're here for you, Muzz. Get it out in the open.
No, I'm okay.
Alright, fair enough. So the first thing we want to talk about, good news for Muzz, or Muzz's people, I should say.
No.
Because last week, Canada finally got the PSVR2 sale that everybody else got. Well, in Europe and America. Actually, it wasn't Europe, was it? It was just the UK and Ireland and America. Like the rest of Europe also are still waiting, I think.
Did Australia get it?
Well, that's the next part. That's the next part of the news, that they got it yesterday. So you got it on the 21st. And from what I looked up, it brought it down to 479 Canadian maple leaves, which I don't know what that is in dollars. But I assume that's a significant... Like, what did you pay for your PSVR2 in Canadian money?
Like after tax, it was around 700-ish, I think.
700, okay. So from 700 to like under 500, which is a pretty significant...
Still, a couple hundred still.
You wouldn't say no to it, like. And then in Australia and New Zealand, they had a sale that began yesterday. So I assume the Canada sale is probably going to be over very soon, because that started on the 21st. They all seem to be lasting for 1 week, I think. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, anyone in the chat who knows better. So the Australia and New Zealand one began yesterday, and they're getting 330 kangaroo testicles off their price. Which, again, I don't know how to translate that into, whatever, but that seems like a significant drop. I assume it was probably all roughly the same. Like, we all probably roughly got the same amount of value off, you would imagine. I wonder, though, why they didn't all do it together globally. Like, 1 week, get them all done together. Why is it all spaced out like this? Because they're not producing them. We know they're not producing them.
Some marketing bullshit, some legal things. I don't fucking know. I don't think there's anything.
Maybe some kind of strategy to keep interest in PSVR2 going or something. I don't know, but then there's bad news. Then there's bad news. So the price went down in Canada and Australia for a week. However, the price has increased in Japan permanently. So this is not just PSVR2, by the way. All the PS5 hardware is getting a price increase in Japan, and apparently this is the third time Japanese PS5s have increased in price.
Well, we already had it increased by $50.
Yeah, not America.
Except the
America.
US.
Yeah, everybody
Except the
else.
US.
Everybody else got that, but not our precious little baby
Crazy.
boys in America. We can't have that.
You're welcome.
Fuck you, bitches.
And I'm just looking at it now on. I'm looking at GameStop.ca. The basic bundle for VR. Normally it's $749.99. Now it's $479.99. So
There you go. Is that impressive? Does that
decent
look
amount.
impressive to you, Muz?
That's a much better number, that's for sure.
It is, yeah.
Sadly, though, when you first bring up the GameStop.ca website, like the main page, no trace of the VR listed. Yeah, you actually have to type in PSVR2 into the search bar to bring up the the VR stuff to see the sale.
Yeah.
So even a sale like that's not even getting front page on the GameStop website.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Such is life.
Yeah.
Okay, so now in Japan, a PSVR2 will set you back 90,000 yen, which translates to around 620 US dollars. So it's the equivalent of like $100 increase in their PSVR2s over there. Now Sony they've stated that it's because of the difficult economy situation. Jackpot's favorite excuse, the economy.
Oh,
Look
at that.
It's
Oh,
the economy.
I think it's ridiculous.
the
I think
economy.
it's ridiculous.
It's not. At least here it
ridiculous.
sucks. Nobody can
It's
pay their
ridiculous.
No,
rent.
it is the economy.
Groceries?
It is the economy.
Listen, I understand the
Yeah.
economy is shit, but listen, your PSVR2 is desperately in need of a price cut, and now you're putting another 100 on us in Japan. Like, it's crazy. In fairness, okay, due to the PS5, that thing is selling like hotcakes, understandable. But this thing is on life support, and you're putting another 100 on us. And I don't know what you're expecting. What do you expect? And should we be expecting that now? Because
No.
No,
especially in
geez.
Europe and Canadians,
I hope not.
probably not our precious little baby boys in the US, but the rest of us, should we all brace ourselves now for this fucking €100 increase in the PSVR2? If they're doing this in Japan, why not everywhere else?
Then what's the point of having a big $200?
Maybe the
Sale on
maybe
it.
the sale was like, fuck, give them one more chance, one last chance to get it at a good price.
This is your last chance. Now it's going up to $700 US, guys.
So now, yeah, it's scary.
Now it's
times.
premium. Now it's premium price.
Yeah. But yeah, so half good news, half bad. Well, probably more bad news because listen, that Canada sale is nearly over. It's going to go back to what it was. The Australia and New Zealand sale is going to be over in a week, probably.
Yeah.
But this Japan increase is for life. It's permanent, like fucking HIV. You can't get rid of
Unless you're Magic Johnson, then you.
it. He still has it though. He's just got medicine. They can
Yeah.
control it with medicine, but I don't think you can get rid of it. I think I could be wrong. Maybe they've cured us. Maybe they found a cure. I haven't been keeping my ear to the ground on HIV cures.
I thought they already explained it. They blend up their money into like a.
That's right.
They blend,
That's right.
They
I've
blend
seen
up their
that.
money for
I
the
watched
cure
that documentary too.
into a fine drink.
Let me see if I can catch up on them comments. LSP says, think there will be a Black Friday sale for PSVR 2 this year. Probably, but I don't know if it'll be as steep as the one we just got there, because that was like a crazy steep sale. I don't know if they're going to do that again. But like Bad Robo says, no one knows what Sony is doing anymore. So who the fuck knows? We can't predict.
Sony doesn't know what Sony is doing.
I think for Black Friday they will probably do like $100 off.
$100? Dollar. Bad Robo says big, and he in brackets price in Japan. The main big in Japan, big price in Japan. I get it.
I get it.
Cornerstone says Sony must be bleeding money.
Oh, now I get it.
Not. Well, listen, what's going on? How come the Switch hasn't gone up in price in Japan? That thing sells well. They've got the same. They got the same economy over there. Why can't they? Like, why is it just Sony that needs to do this? And they got like revenue of like 20 billion or something like that. So they're making profits. PS5s are selling like hotcakes. They got like big. Obviously, Concord is probably going to put them in the hole for like 100 million or 200 million or whatever it is they put into that game.
Well, there you go.
I heard it has like a peak of like 700 concurrent players so
On
far.
Steam, yeah, it's
opening.
it's brutal.
They gotta make up for it, So who do we?
But that's what
fuck with?
Astrobot's going to do. Astrobot's coming out like in a fucking week. They'll sell 20 billion copies of that. Believe me. That shit's going to be game of the year. It's going to be the first true Mario
suffer for
competitor, I think.
Yes.
Oh, shit, why are you both frozen like that? Oh, wait, Jackpot's moving again and you're moving again. Okay, that's good. I
Okay.
was panicking there for a sec. Johnny says, damn, Japan shitting on their own peeps, robbing them blind. Yeah, it's bad form when it's the home nation, you know. Bad Robo says, yep, they definitely bled to death on Concord. Yeah, Concord was fucking fail of the year. And we could all see it coming as well, like immediately. We all knew. Once we saw exactly what it was, we were like, oh no. Why is there nobody there who can see these things? Who have they hired? Like,
I don't know. Like the process of making a game is so long and extensive. You don't think anyone at any point was like, "Wait a second, wait, should we be doing this?"
Yeah, but it's the craziest part is like they saw us in development. It's like, oh, we need to buy this studio. We've never met a game. Yeah. They've never met a game before. But it's like, oh, Concord looks so good. We need to buy them.
Yeah,
and they did, and they let The Last of Us die. Like, how many PSVR2 games could they have met with that money? You know, how many ports could they have put, like The Last of Us, Uncharted, use all that money to port them to PSVR2 and
a certain comic book character that they own the rights to put that in a VR game? I don't know, anything like that.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. If you don't laugh, you cry. You know.
They're watching MetaQuest put out this Batman game that everyone's saying it's amazing and it looks great and it's singing its praises, and they're sitting on the Spider-Man IP, and they can easily put out a game that's equally or better than a Batman game. I would rather be Spider-Man in VR than Batman, me personally. Yeah. I just want to be able to swing around freely and like do the web shooting myself. That would be awesome. Got
the world. They have the world there waiting for them to use. The map is met already. Yeah. You know, it's like
very confusing.
They got all the assets they could just recycle from the Spider-Man games that they already have out. It's just.
That's why if they were really serious about VR, they would see what Quest is doing with the Batman license. Be like, all right, I'll see your Batman, and we'll raise you Spider-Man and make this awesome Spider-Man game. Be like,
and they'll lose all the money, and everybody gets fired because nobody.
Well, at least try. You know, at least try.
That's expensive, dude.
But just try.
That'll be a lot of money.
You know, Concord is expensive too.
People ain't gonna try unless it makes them money. You know, unless
you want. It's a chicken and egg situation. All right. If you want the PSVR2 to sell, you got to put the games out to make people want to buy it.
If any game's gonna move some headsets, it would be a Spider-Man. Actually good Spider-Man.
They could do a bundle, put the skin on it, like a little fucking Spider-Man mask on the fucking front or something. Venom, whatever.
They're liking that the Quest is doing the heavy lifting, you know? That's why they're like, yeah, we don't really need to do all this.
Man, that's what it's become now. That's what it's evolved
Unfortunately,
into.
Of course I would like them to make all these badass games, but I just don't see it. I think them not really caring as much. It's just like a side thing, and they're like, what are we going to invest all this much money that right now we're probably not going to make back right away, or we can't, you know, make sure that we're gonna make all this money back. So like, yeah, we just keep it alive with all the shit that's coming here and there, but we're not gonna invest a fuckload of money. That's what I think, because it's all about the money. What else? Well, literally, why else would they not want to do this? If we think
do the headset in the first place, then just don't release the headset in the first place if you're not gonna be serious about committing to us and supporting us.
Or also just realize that it's like a long. It could be like a long-term wait for it to start, like, you know, gaining traction. Like I'll do all the development for PSVR 2 and then not be impressed with the sales in the first year and then just abandon it. I don't think makes sense. I think they're not abandoning it. I think that they just don't have as much money to like throw into it as
these live services has fucked them.
Well, that's hurting them big time too, and I think VR is suffering for it because there's bad decision making by the higher ups right now.
Let's say they do bring the Spider-Man game out, whatever. Yeah. It's still like the headset is still very expensive. It's like a hard fucking
right.
Yeah,
but you say
swallow. I've said 100 times hybrid games. That was it's like not a ground up AAA. Just port like Flat2VR were able to do it. Why can't they do it? So they're not putting hundreds of millions into it. You know, they've already got the game. They got the talent. Just make it happen. It doesn't have to be millions and millions.
The game assets are already there.
Like they spent $5 million on Resident Evil 7. So that's 5 million. Okay, technically that's millions and millions, but that's like fucking pennies to them, you know?
Yeah, like big AAA games are like $100,000 or $100 million to make. Like that's not much for them.
It's nothing. Come on, let's get serious. Like LSB, he says Concord
Write
and
him a letter.
VR will
Tell him
save
over there.
PSVR
Tell
2.
him that you know everything and you know the
Well,
future.
they're listening. Mark Cerny, I put him in the thumbnail.
See,
I put him in the thumbnail so that because I knew he was going to be watching. He's in there with you. His username
got
was like
fired.
Cornerstone777. That's what his name is. He's there. But yeah, like LSB said, Concord VR will save PSVR 2 in Japan. Man, imagine if they like the Concord developers are like, shit, nobody's playing the game, and then they see the PSVR 2 people and they're like, damn, they're really desperate for games. Maybe we'll port it to
Let's just convert
VR,
it.
and we might top 1,000 players. You know, we might top concurrent 1,000. That could be our hope. You know.
The Spider-Man game would have been cool
right.
though.
Yeah, Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man
that
would
was
be
the obvious.
amazing.
And Last of Us. Just those two. And God of War. Those three. Three big IPs, and then at least you tried.
Yep.
At least you
Yep.
tried. You gave it your best shot. If it fails, it fails, but you tried your best.
Yep.
Bad Robo says, I heard Madison instead of medicine. I didn't even know. Did we say medicine? I can't remember the word medicine being said. But yeah, Madison. Game of the year so far. Donnie says, I don't know if Sony even knows what the fuck they're doing. I don't know either. NS Paul says Sony is doing great. Today, market cap went up 2.3 billion. But how is PSVR 2 doing? Is that money going into PSVR 2 development?
It's going to hookers and cocaine. Yeah.
Waleed is now a Gamecast. How you doing, Waleed? Says Batman is the first meta game Sony needs to be worried about. I would do a deal with Mesa. I don't know if Mesa would want to do a deal with them, but
They don't need to do a deal. They just need to use their own IP. Like, just take a chance. Take a chance and make a really good VR game, and I'm sure it'll get word of mouth out there, like how good it is, and sell some headsets. I mean, it won't make it like a instant success or anything, but you got to start somewhere. You got to make like a big title to draw some people in, and then keep adding to it. Eventually, the library is going to get big enough that people are going to be like, all right, I got to try this thing out, because now there's like 3-4 really big IPs that they have in this thing. So
Do you think the Batman game is a time exclusive, or it's just like
I'd say
exclusive
it's
forever?
exclusive, probably forever. I wonder though, because Camouflage is making Batman, and last generation they made Iron Man for PSVR 1, and it was an exclusive back then, and it's like completely swapped. I wonder if Camouflage approached Sony and said, we can get Batman, we can make you an exclusive Batman PSVR 2 game, and Sony were like, no, we're not interested. So then they went to Mesa, and then Mesa were like, yes, and we're going to buy you as well. And Mesa bought them, and then they got Batman. I'd love to know how that came about. Like, how did they get the Batman IP, and did they approach Sony first, or what? You know, it'd be fascinating to know. But the point is that Meta are doing the deals that Sony used to do on PSVR 1, you know, and they're not doing anymore. Bad Robo says, no, the worst thing is that they left Concord and cancelled the Last of Us factions, and it's probably because Bungie advised them on these matters. Yeah, this is fucking karma for cancelling the Last of Us factions. I was really looking forward to that. That shit would have been good as fuck. The gameplay in that, and just like completely like online, maybe open world-ish or something, I don't know, but we'll never know. Donnie says, apparently all the first-party games haven't come out yet because they're going to need the PS5 Pro to run properly. So I've heard. I don't think that's going to be true. Like, there could be more first-party games, maybe, but I don't think they're not going to run properly on a PS5 standard, you know, for legal reasons. Regos Pantaleon, maybe, says Pantaloons, they funded shit like Concord but can't do new VR games. I know. But this is back when Jim Ryan was like, damn, live service games are the way to go. Let's do 6 of them together. And they all like, well, in fairness, Helldivers did well. That was one of them. They invested in that. That paid off. But then the other ones, like fucking Sony London were working on one. And then they're like, no good. Scrap this. The Last of Us, scrap us. Technically, Firewall Ultra was one as well. Get rid of them. And,
a VR one.
Concord
so that
survived.
was the first to get scrapped.
Yeah.
The first to get scrapped.
I don't know why Concord survived. Maybe they saw some. But apparently, it's not bad to play. Like, apparently, it's like got the feeling of Destiny or something, like good gunplay and shit. But
yeah, but if I want the feeling of Destiny, I'm just gonna play Destiny. So like, I don't understand the reason.
Or like mixed
for it.
with like Overwatch or whatever. So it's like combining those two things. I'm not interested in either of them really.
It just looks generic. It looks generic and like
it's Marvel.
You've seen
that
it on
Marvel style or whatever. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy has been out for a while. Why are people still trying to like do the Guardians of the Galaxy like clones and like kind of dialogue and group kind of settings with like that kind of camaraderie? Like, try something new. Like, everything's copied now and copy paste.
Remember,
I think the IP is enough to sell the game, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not even like a recognizable IP. It's like
I know
a new thing.
Still.
Remember, like Forspoken, that game, the PS5 exclusive, and it's like she had all the Marvel dialogue or whatever. You think they would have learned from that?
I moved that with my freaking mind.
Yeah, there it is. That's the classic.
With my freaking mind.
That's the classic. VR Namek is there, but he's not addressing me, so I'm going to ignore that. I assume it's a slur against PSVR2 fans. Cornerstone says, I am done waiting for Sony. I'm going to play with the Unreal VR thing, playing flat games to VR. Enjoy, although just be prepared for like jank to some degree. Durban Brown says, yo, how you doing, Durban Brown? LSB says, if PSVR2 was a hit right off the bat and continue to sell well, Sony will be supporting it more. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Sadly,
they started off immediately on the wrong foot with Horizon. I mean, Horizon's not a bad game, but it was just a poor choice to like lead off with, because like right from the get-go,
trash game.
Well,
you haven't played it. Have you played it? Have you played it? Have you played it, Jackpot?
I don't want
no.
to. I've seen it. As
no,
like,
he hasn't played it.
Have you touched
the grass? Have you touched the grass with your finger and seen it move?
I don't care.
No.
It's like, look, for this, like Mus is saying, the game, the IP or the game that they brought to sell the fucking PSVR2 is that. That's what I'm saying is trash. Maybe the game is fun, climbing around, you know.
The game is okay. The game is kind of like mid-tier. I think it's mid-tier. Like, it looks great. The gameplay is mid-tier. But I wouldn't say it's trash, but it should have been surrounded by other games. Like, that shouldn't have been, like, the leading, like, buy this headset and look what you can play, because it backfired. Because all the media attention was just like, oh, you're just climbing 80% of the time and it's boring. It's just like, that was the rhetoric. And then right from the get-go, it's just like, okay, well, if that's what they have to offer, their big VR headset, then I'm going to pass. That was, like, the immediate get-go reaction. So, like, they were starting off like with one foot in the hole already.
Yeah.
And they just compounded it with bad decisions since then. So it's just like they don't know what they're doing with it.
If they're going to use the Horizon IP, then make the game as similar to the base Horizon games as you can, instead of this weird fucking climbing specific game with like 20%
like
combat.
Hand holding, like for babies. Like oh, we don't want you to do too much. I mean, can't make you sick.
Even if they used Uncharted, maybe that would have worked a lot better, because there is an awful lot of climbing in Uncharted games too, and might have fitted a bit better or something. But like, your expectations are kind of like, well, yeah, it's gonna be cool fucking robot dialogue, but not dialogue, robot battles in an open world or whatever.
Well, that's your
not my problem. I knew that wasn't coming. I knew it wasn't coming. I'm talking about the masses. You know, they see Horizon VR and they're going to expect one thing, and then they're going to be disappointed because it's just climbing mountains all the time.
I think you're right. I think if that would have been an Uncharted game with all that climbing, I don't think it would have had nearly as much complaining about it, because Uncharted is known for climbing. Yeah. So you would expect it. Yes, you're right. But
and you could play it as his daughter. Plays his daughter at the spoilers or whatever. But you know, there's a daughter that comes along.
Oh my spoilers for
my God,
8 years ago.
I still haven't finished.
But yeah, it would have made more sense for sure, that kind of gameplay. And it would have been a bigger IP. Like, so people would have been more hyped, I think, to play an Uncharted game in VR.
I think so.
Than a Horizon game. I think Horizon's a good franchise, but I think they overplay how big and
because they got like Horizon Lego and all this shit coming as well. It's like, I don't think people love
it. Why is there a Lego Horizon game? Yeah,
it's sold an awful lot, like, so maybe that's what they're going off. Like, for some reason, it has like nearly 30 million units sold between just 2 games or something, which is kind of crazy.
Yes. But it's not spoken about. It's not spoken about in terms of like that high end, biggest IP. Like, oh yeah, Horizon, that's pretty good. Yeah, but
like God of War is above us, Last of Us is above us, Uncharted is above it. Like, you know, it's
what's next?
Even Ghost of Tsushima is probably above us.
Probably, for most people.
LSB says, when these Japanese companies release this stuff and it flops, they're quick to abandon us and sweep us under the rug. But you think they'd learn from these mistakes? You know, it's like they never learn.
I think they just need to they need to be gutsy and make some games and not expect to make tons of money off of it, but I just don't think that they have the money or the will to like try now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the money that Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg has to like just throw buckets of money into Meta. So like every time that they put something out that doesn't sell sell through the roof, they're losing a little bit more and more, and compound that with all this other bad decisions and flat game that they're doing. It's just not a good recipe.
I think you hit your camera or something there, Muzz. You're off. Something. You slipped down all of a sudden. Cornerstone City says Iron Man viewer is on Steam. Yeah, after a certain point, Sony, like, I think they got acquired, like, Camouflage got acquired by Meta, and then Sony are like, fine, put it. It's even on Quest now. You can play Iron Man on Quest, but it was exclusive on PSVR1 for like a few years. Bad Robo says Cerny doesn't watch anymore because you turned off the girls. Oh, he's not here for the girls. Cerny's here for Ricardo. Somebody at Sony lost a fucking finger because of PSVR2. I have no doubt about it. Damn, is that a Yakuza reference? I think that's racist. Rogue's scary thing is that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League did better than Concord. Lol, yeah, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing for Sony.
Be right back, I'm just gonna get a drink.
Alright. Damn, hard liquor for Muzz. Fucking Sony has turned them to the bottle once again. Donnie says Call of the Mountain is, as Muzz said, mid-tier, but it was a bad choice for a flagship game to represent the hardware. I said this before it came out, that fucking Horizon Call of the Mountain needed to be on par with Half-Life Alyx, and it just wasn't. That came.
And you also have very high expectation.
Listen, Half-Life Alyx came out in 2020. Call of the Mountain came out in 2023. And it just feels like a game that came out before Half-Life Alyx. I was like, why? Half-Life Alyx was there for them to look at. It's like, this is the bar. Clear it, or at least match it, but they didn't.
I know, but we saw the trailer, right? The little fucking lake thing, or where the river going in the little canoe, and we knew. I told you, dude, this is not gonna be like
that was just a cinematic. That was a cool part. That was a cool part. That canoe thing. Cool. But yeah, listen, no, we knew it wasn't going to be open world. We knew that wasn't going to be open world. They said that before launch, But we thought
same with this Batman game.
Better,
I feel like it looks good, but I feel like people at the beginning like, oh, open world. I think it's just going to be very linear, and I think they show it's going to be linear.
Has that been confirmed, by the way? I was wondering about that. It's like definitely not open world.
Well, did you watch the videos on?
No, I didn't, because it's not coming to PS2, so why should I give a fuck about it? Uh-oh.
Not very open.
You both fucking froze on me there, so I missed that. Sorry, what did you say, Jackpot?
That the people that watch it, I've seen, they say that it's not open world really. It's very. They say it's very linear.
Oh, I've heard someone say it's like Arkham Asylum, so that's probably
right, which is a
good game. I like that game a lot. That's fine. I just, again, like I said last time, the Rat King or whatever his name is, like, I just wish they had a better villain first.
Better villain?
Penguin.
Yeah.
The Penguin.
The Penguin.
Penguin would have been better.
He'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, I just don't know how long the game is gonna be, and if the gameplay is gonna feel repetitive or get boring.
You talking about Batman?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's gonna have the same kind of, like, if you played the American games, it's like combat, and then they had these stealth arena kind of things, and it was kind of went between that over and over again. That kind of looks like this, and a detective kind of a mode as well. That would kind of be sprinkled in there as well.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're not straying from that too much, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Call of the Mountain is all about the graphics, says LSB, but it looks phenomenal, says Donnie, and the scale of it is incredible. It does.
It is.
Hanging off the edge of said mountains, looking over the horizon, is an epic experience. No puns intended, says Donnie. So we're all in agreement that Sony is trash when it comes to, well, too much to list. Next topic. BDE with the Batman comments from Pumpkins. Thank you, Donnie. But yeah, Sony fumbling. They fumbled. They shouldn't have picked Horizon. If they were going to pick Horizon, it should have been open world, big scale Horizon. Proper AAA. Go all out with this.
It should have been God of War, right? More combat.
Well, yeah.
Type
Wait,
shit.
Did I miss? What was your BDE? comment about Batman?
I don't know.
That one I watched.
I don't know. I said a good few things about it. I'm not too sure which one he's referring to. Bad Robot says Batman will be linear game with arenas and puzzles. Yeah, but that can be good. Like Batman Arkham Asylum, that's my favorite out of the three on the original trilogy on PlayStation, PS3 or whatever it was. Yeah, that was good shit. A lot of people like City the most, but not me. Anyway,
The Batmobile.
oh, Arkham Knight, yeah, that was kind of... They put too much focus on that fucking Batmobile.
Yeah.
Looked really good, though. The visuals were fucking... Even now, if you look at it now, it's like, Jesus, this could have come out today. That's how good it looked. You ready to go on to the next topic?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, Sony, stop being bitches.
Never.
Maximum Mustard, or Maximilian Mustard, has finally got a release date for
Maximus?
PSVR2.
I like Maximus.
Maximus?
LSB's favorite game of the year for LSB.
He said that, but he's going to say, I can guarantee you he's going to say for $3, it's good. He's always going to have that caveat, for $3, you know. But yeah, there's nothing else to say about this really, other than it's coming on the 3rd of October. That's the big thing. I think
How much?
it's a bit dangerous for them to release it then. Like, I wish they got it out a bit sooner, because they're kind of getting in the thick of fucking, like, Into the Radius is going to be out, and they're getting close to Behemoth and other kind of big games that we've all been looking for, Wanderer and shit like that. So maybe maybe early October they might get away with it, but then again, Astrobot will be out and people might be craving that kind of Astrobot fix, and this is like the next best thing they'll get, you know. But yeah, just personally not too appealing for me, although from what I've heard from people who play this, it's good. It's a good game.
That's how much it is? $3 on Quest?
It was a sale, like a flash sale on Quest.
Yeah, they do the sale so they can put their name on the top of the list. But
Yeah.
I think it's $30, I think.
Yeah. There's LSB with the Max Mustard is good. ... Come on, finish the sentence. Finish the sentence, LSB. LSB says it might be a while before we see a true open world game in VR. The tech just isn't there yet, apparently. We had Skyrim, you know, and we had LA Noire on PSVR 1. Like, these other games have already done it.
And there's a modder that made fucking
GTA.
Cyberpunk
yeah.
is playable. It's playable in VR. Like,
Red Dead
a modder
Redemption
made
2. Like, all these mods are out
So,
there.
Yeah.
like, a computer has the capability of making a game like that run in VR, clearly. Like, maybe not the PS5. I don't know if a PS5 could handle Cyberpunk in VR, but I mean...
Surely it
is
could handle
capable.
GTA 5. You know, that's from 2013. That's a PS3 game, you know?
GTA 5, yeah.
Sure.
It should be doing
maybe.
that.
Yeah.
But not going to happen, sadly. All right, that's all I got to say about Max Mustard. Have you got anything to say about this? Most, do you think you'll get this?
No.
No? Jackpot? Did you pick it up when it went on sale on Quest for like $2, $3, whatever it was? You did,
Yes, I did.
but you'll never play it.
Nope.
You've no plans to ever
eventually, yeah, no, I mean, I like Astrobot, right?
play it. Yeah.
And this, according to everybody, including LSB, it's a good game for $3. So I bought it for $3. Amanda says she'll probably like this shit, collecting coins, all that shit. So yeah, I mean, I'll play it, but I'm not gonna buy it again. There's no point, especially at full price.
I want a Moss Book 3. That's what I want.
No,
Those guys to make.
They've got they've got a weird little fucking arena fighter thing coming out, like Moss Glass Shatterers or some shit like that. Battle Shatterers, Battle Shields. I can't remember what it's called.
Not very interesting.
It's like, is it multi? I think it's multiplayer. It's like
It is multiplayer,
completely random.
Yeah, it is.
But I guess they didn't sell much on Moss. I think the Moss Book 2 version on PSVR 2 like really bombed, if I remember right. So maybe
It's
they
crazy because it's such a good game. I don't understand why it sold so poorly.
I think simply because PSVR 2 is sold
Yeah.
so poorly. So
poorly, yeah.
Ace Diaz, how you doing, Ace Diaz? He says we need Contractor Showdown on PlayStation VR 2 with controller fees back and headset rambling. I agree.
Fees back.
I want the fees back, and I want the headset to be rambling in my ear the whole time I'm playing.
Rabble.
You should have went left. You should have went left instead of right. LSP says the way they make open world games in VR at the minute is hub worlds connected to more linear stage levels. Yeah, that's technically not open world. That's like that's a cheat. Anyone calling an open world, like that type of game, an open world is a liar, LSB. You tell them they're liars. It's not exactly true open like Skyrim, exactly. Donnie says, hey Jackbot, just stop buying games you will never play and just send that money to me. Give him $2.
Fuck no.
Give him $2.
Fuck no. Amanda will play it.
Amanda, okay.
$3. And you gotta support the developers, Donnie.
There you
know?
go. There you go.
Otherwise, we don't get games.
LSB says, but Skyrim is a special beast, a Flat2VR game that went all in and added VR controls as well. Well, they could have went more all in. Like, you couldn't, like, pick up objects properly. You could, like, make them float or something. A lot of movement going on behind me. I'll try to ignore that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like, yeah, it is kind of like hovered in front. You could rotate them, but you couldn't grab them.
Yeah, but like the bow and stuff was good, and the sword combat and stuff was good. So they went out in that regard with the combat, but just not in other areas where mods have done that. Like somebody modded that shit in. Bad Robo says, yeah, and to think that the PS5 has enough power to play Arkham Asylum on PSVR2, and you're looking at Batman on Quest, which looks like an indie game compared to AA. Although from what I've seen of Batman Arkham Shadow, like the visuals don't look bad, you know.
Yeah, but I think looks what?
I was gonna say like it looks on kind of par with maybe Arkham City or something like that.
Well, I think that the games that are gonna bring out right now, they can't. I mean, they can have it pretty much. The new Quest is coming out, right? So I think that's what they're gonna try to push with all these games and exclusives. They're gonna, because I think the Quest 3S is the same chip, the same amount of power, I think, as the Quest 3. So I think that's what's gonna be way more popular, I think, than the Quest 3 itself. But I'm glad it's not. I mean, it sucks it's not coming to PlayStation VR. Or like you said, that's one of the games that, if it was only PSVR2 exclusive, it'll be better because, you know, it's not limited to any of the other hardware. And I think this will be one of the games that it will be, you know, really, really nice to have all the bells and whistles, because obviously it's fucking Batman, an Arkham game, so that's one thing that kind of sucks about it. But hey, at least we're getting it.
LSB says you don't get that a loss on VR. That's true. Ace's fat fingers chooses Donnie, and Ace having a giggle. All right, next topic then is about gamertag, because he had hands-on impressions at Gamescom with Zombie Army, which is kind of one of the games, like one of the big games coming out that we kind of maybe forget about more than the rest. We're always talking about Behemoth and Aces of Thunder and all those other ones, and this one kind of gets forgotten about a little bit. I would say it's a big game because, you know, it's by the dudes who did Sniper Elite. You know, it's the same developers behind that, and you know, it's kind of a big, not huge, but it's a known IP.
And Call of Duty Zombies or what?
No, it's like it's basically Sniper Elite, but with zombies. You know, you get, like, if you shoot someone with the sniper, you get the slow motion X-ray thing. But let me read out some of GT's impressions. Go check out Gamertag. I should put the link in the channel. I'll do that on the description after. But check out Gamertag. Watch his video about his impressions. But just to go over briefly. He has a good bit of concerns about the game. He said it was the worst demo that he played at Gamescom among all the VR games that he played. He wasn't allowed to use headphones, so he had no audio, and the reason for that, they were saying, was health and safety reasons, that they couldn't give him headphones. I don't know what that was about, but strange. He took some issues with stuff like the inventory was like 2D, like just a menu floating in front of you instead of like a backpack or something like that. He said menus were broken and glitchy. He reckons that gameplay was kind of dull. The X-ray destruction was nerfed, so he showed a clip of like the bullet going through a skeleton kind of, and then the bullet doesn't break the bones like it did in Sniper Elite. It just goes through them. Like, you know, it's just like...
What's the point then?
Yeah. And he was told by the people there that was the final version as well. So that's a bit scary. Although he did say it looks like there's a decent bit of content there. It's got different difficulty levels, different characters you can select, and roughly an 8-hour single-player campaign. It also has 3 different types of reloading that you can pick. So, you know, manual, automatic, or some kind of hybrid. But yeah, Zombie Army looking like it's going to be a bit rough. Or sounding like it's going to be a bit rough, I should say. I will say nothing about it. Like, the original reveal trailer for this didn't really do anything for me, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't ever super
Forgot
hyped
about
about it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But hopefully they're able to take some of these on board, these feedbacks from people like Gamertag who were able to get hands on, and maybe they'll get some fixes in before launch. No release days, so they do have time potentially. SDS says Batman Arkham Shadow looking badass, and Bad Robot says yes, but it looks like an indie game and not a full-fledged part. Do you mean port, or do you mean part of the franchise? I don't know. Does it look indie? Batman Shadow? Listen, we're talking too much about Batman Shadow for a game that's not even coming to PSVR 2.
No, yeah,
We're talking
because
an
you got
awful
no
lot about
choice.
it.
You know? It's the best thing ever.
It's the best thing ever, is it? All right. We'll
Quest,
see.
yes.
We'll see about that. All right. So Zombie Army got some question marks over it. But keep an eye out for Gamertag's channel and other people's channels who are at Gamescom, because they got like embargoes lifting throughout the week or whatever. So they're gonna give us their impressions on like Behemoth and wherever else was there. I can't think of the other games. But yeah, from what I've heard from like little teasers and stuff, it sounds like Behemoth is really good.
I wonder if Aces of Thunder is over there on the floor.
I don't think it was at Gamescom.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Probably would have seen some pictures of like a booth or something if it was there.
It's just kind of scary that they're not there. That means that they're not.
I don't know.
They're not in a stage. They're not yet in a state of like showing it off to the public to get hype up. So
I'm convinced the PSVR2 version of that is done. They just don't want to release it until the PC version is ready to go.
Could be.
I can't prove it, but that's just how I feel. All right, next topic is, and we haven't really talked about this much, even though it's been like heavily rumored for a long time. We know it's coming. PS5 Pro. You know, it's at this stage. It seems like it's an open secret. Apparently, at Gamescom, developers are just like talking about it, even though it's not been confirmed by Sony, but they're practically saying it exists. From what we know, I've got all this information, by the way, from tomsguide.com. So there's a bunch of facts here. Well, rumors, I should say, leaks. Suspected to release in 2024 and maybe be revealed in September. There is a 227% increase in teraflops. So it's going from like 10 teraflops to 67 teraflops, which means games could run 50% faster. It's going to have something called PSS, or which is Sony's equivalent of the NVIDIA DLSS, which gives big frame rate boosts. It's got like machine learning shit. You hate it?
I hate that. And maybe I'm probably wrong because I'm not into PCs a lot like most people are. But I've heard that some developers are becoming lazier. They don't want to optimize the game as much to run smoother because they're relying a lot on the fucking AI to put the frames out and all that shit. I don't know. But I like it in the way that that you do get more frames, and I don't know much, but I don't notice it as in a negative. A lot of people say that, it might look a little bit weird, but I like it because there's more frames and shit, but I don't like it based on that. But I don't know if it's true.
Yeah.
Holding back from developers.
Apparently Sony are going to have a big focus on ray tracing when it comes to the PS5 Pro. I think it's fair to say that it will be a big boost to PSVR 2 games, like just by default, without even patches and shit. It might make games that have frame rate drops run more stable, and then if anyone does patches, imagine Gran Turismo 7 running natively at 120 frames instead of that reprojection. Get rid of that reprojection. That'll be really nice.
Thinking about getting it regardless, or what if it does have that boost?
I don't think, unless the benefits are like really fucking special. But I'd rather just keep, because it's probably going to be what? If Sony are upping the price of the standard one, like what the fuck is this going to be when it comes out? It's probably going to be like €800 or something like that, and I've just spent...
It'll be ridiculous, yeah.
I just bought a PC, so fuck that. It can wait. Unless there's maybe like a good trade-in deal, if you can trade in your PS5 and get like a Pro for like a nice, attractive price, maybe then, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure. But yeah, there's a good chance that Sony are going to have a showcase in September, because they did it for PS4 Pro. They had a showcase dedicated to showing it off, what it can do, and like highlighting certain games, and people are suspecting maybe this is where, they show off the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima and stuff like that, and like really showcase PS5 Pro. Maybe there might be a bit of a section about PSVR2 and how it benefits that, and if the rumored 2 games that they have in development for PSVR2 exist, maybe it's one of those that we get to see, maybe 2 of them.
No.
Listen, obviously, don't get your hopes up, and
Blog post.
especially when it comes to PSVR2, keep them in the fucking gutter. But there's potential here for them to show something off for PSVR2. Even if they talk about like Gran Turismo 7 is going to run natively 120 with this thing or something, it would be something, instead of being ignored completely. Hopefully they don't just ignore it completely.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just living in like a revolving door at this point. Like the same thing every single time that there's some upcoming show, or hoping that they do something, but
I already know they're not doing anything. That's what I said.
He knows.
6 months ago, I checked. When they told me Firewall was canceled, I check out. I hate you, Sony. I hate you. 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 I hate you.
His uncles works at Sony, so got the inside.
But yeah, apparently the reason that they're leaving it so late to reveal it is that they don't want to impact sales of the PS5, because obviously nobody's going to buy a PS5 if they think a PS5 Pro is just around the corner. So it's going to be left as late as possible, I think. Even some people are saying that they might reveal it in September and then also release it like late September or something like that. So like a very quick reveal to launch. But I don't know how true that is.
How much did it went in price, the PS5 everywhere except here?
It went up 50.
$50?
Went up 50, I think.
Okay, $50. So do you think that? I don't think they've talked about the price, but do you think they're gonna keep that price on the PS5 and then just put this one higher, or do you think they're gonna lower the PS5 price a little bit and then the Pro not as expensive to be more,
well,
possible for people to buy?
considering they just raised the price in Japan, I can't see them lowering it like immediately again. So I think they're gonna probably keep it as it is if they don't increase it for us even more. And then the PS5 Pro will probably be like at least 100 more than whatever the PS5 is.
I don't think they'll increase it with you guys. I think for some weird reason Japan, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
We've already got it once, so we might get it twice.
It would just be such a weird move to have it on sale for a week at like $200 off just to increase it afterwards. I don't know though. Who knows?
Remember every other console generation, it always gets cheaper as the years go on. This is the first time the consoles go fucking everyone's like, oh, you early adopters are fucking suckers, you're buying the expensive hardware and you're beta testing, and now if you're not an early adapter, you're the fucking sucker because the prices are going up every year.
It's weird because it's not going up because it's very popular. Everybody wants to buy one, so the shit is going up. It's like not a lot of people are buying it, and the price is going up still.
I don't think the VR2 will go up in price, but the console very likely.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about PSVR2. They're
I thought we were
PS5 in general.
I thought we were talking about PSVR2.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about PS5.
Getting lines crossed.
Yeah, wires are completely fucking crossed. Yeah, man, I really hope we don't get a PSVR2 price increase. But the Americans won't get it, so they can rest easy. But the rest of us should be on edge.
Do we know if the PS5 Pro is gonna be without without the disc? You can attach the disc.
I think they're saying no disc, but you can buy that shit separately already. So that's going to support that.
That's nice because then that way
keep the
it'll
price
probably
down.
be a little bit cheaper.
Yeah. But yeah, that's be exciting. Hopefully it'll work out. If there is a showcase, it might work out time wise that maybe we can all watch it together, stream it live. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But who knows? We'll have to wait and see if it even happens in September. Take everything with a pinch of salt. Durban Brown says, it was sad to hear about Zombie Army. And LSB says, the flat version of the Zombie Army games are supposed to be pretty good, so it sucks to hear the viewer version is on the wrong track. Yeah, but the problem, the thing is, the developers, maybe it's not the same developers as the ones who did the Sniper Elite one, but I think it's the ones who did, that Zombie Land game that came for PSVR2 at launch, which was apparently surprisingly good. So
it's kind of like a wave shooter one, right?
Yeah, but apparently for whatever reason everyone thought it was going to be trash, but then if you actually played this, which I haven't yet, apparently it's really really good. So there's high hopes for this because they were same people handling it, but apparently there's lots of issues. But I wonder as well, because he wasn't able to use headphones, like surely it's going to feel a lot more dull as well if you can't have the audio. Like the audio is a big part of that too. Not that his other complaints aren't like 100% valid. Bad Robo says PSR, yeah, but actually the lads below me, Digital Foundry, they're calling it PSSR. I assume it's like a little pun with PlayStation or something. Bad Robo says developers will still have to optimize on PS5 and Pro will only benefit from it. LSB says with the release of the Pro, do you think there will be a PS5 price drop? What I'm trying to remember what they did for PS4. Did they drop the price, the standard one, when the Pro came out? I think they did.
I don't know.
I think they swapped places. Like they dropped the standard like 100, and then the Pro was like the same price the standard had been. I think.
I don't think that's gonna be the case.
Yeah, I don't think.
I can't remember if that happened at the same time as the Pro came in or not.
You couldn't. Yeah, maybe it wasn't at launch. I could be getting my wires crossed there.
I think eventually they will drop it, maybe another $50, or at least here, $50 will drop the regular one eventually. But I don't know. It will be nice though if they can just swap it, but I don't think that's.
Yeah. Like if it wasn't for the fact that they're still up on the price in fucking Japan, then maybe I'd be thinking maybe, but. It seems like they're tight for cash right now, and they're not going to be passing us on, or they will be passing that on to us. Bad Robo says Pro will be about 150 more expensive than PS5. Yeah, that seems very possible. At least 100. Durban Brent says Zombieland is really fun. There you go. See, everyone who's played Zombieland, Rebellion, that's the name of the studio. Everyone who's played that game thinks it's like really good. So I need to check that out. But yeah, anything else we want to say about Pro before we move on? PS5 Pro.
No, we'll see.
Maybe the Pro will come out at like $550 or $600 US, and then they'll drop the base one down to like $450 or something.
Well, what's
balance it out.
What's the PS5 now to buy in America? So
The digital only is
that $399 still?
No, what $399, bitch.
The digital only one, I mean.
No, the digital only is what is it?
$450?
$450. I think this is the refurbished one. Fuck. They don't even sell the. Yeah, I think it's $450, dude.
I don't believe you. I think it's $399.
No.
I think
I don't think it's that low. I'm pretty sure it has a 4 and.
Well, that's the Target. The Target they have $449 the Spider-Man deal, but I don't know if the Spider-Man is fucking. Here we go. Find out Walmart. Walmart digital version only is $499.
No way.
I lied. That's the disc version. That's the disc version.
Yeah, it's
I think it's $50. I think it's $50
If
more.
it's $499, then it should be $399. I thought it was like 100. I thought there was 100 in the difference between physical and disc.
I can only find the fucking Spider-Man one. The
I
digital
don't fucking know.
Spider-Man.
Does anyone in the chat know? We can't Google. I can't.
I am
I
Googling,
can't
but
figure it out. I can't. I'm trying to get the game.
How does this internet thing work? I don't understand.
GameStop.com. PlayStation 5. I put down
It says
54.
$499 for the disc and $449 for the digital edition.
God damn you, you bitch.
There you go.
I was
$449.
certain there was
That's what I
100 in
told
this. I don't believe
Well,
you.
you're not
I don't
certain,
believe
clearly.
you. I don't believe
It's
you're
right here.
lying. You probably got like a
Only
special
PlayStation
edition
5
Spider-Man
Slim.
or some shit.
Yep, there you
Slim?
PlayStation 5 Slim console digital edition, white, $449.
Slim changes it. Slim isn't the same as digital, is it?
In Best Buy, they had it for $399, the Slim edition with the Spider-Man bundle. But that is gone for $399. They do have the Spider-Man bundle at Target for $449.
Okay.
So maybe at
this
one
new
point
one-
it was $399. I don't fucking know.
The new model is the one where you can buy the disc driver
Yeah,
separately and attach
separately,
it, right?
yeah.
So yeah, they give you the option. Anyway,
Yeah, that was a bit of a tangent there. Cornerstone says when PS5 Pro drops, PlayStation Plus goes up £50.
Damn.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
NS Paul says new Xbox Series X 2TB Galaxy Black is $599.
no thanks.
Really? What you mean new? Oh, because it's just got an extra terabyte. Is that all the difference? Importance says, are there any viewer benefits to PS Pro? Well, we don't know, but you'd imagine like by default there would be. Like any games that are framing would be more stable. And then obviously they could go in and boost them themselves with patches and shit. Like you'd imagine Polyphony Digital would do something with Gran Turismo.
Yeah, make it a native 90 or even native 120 if possible on a PS5 Pro.
But obviously we don't know. Rogue says any form of upscaling or AI super sampling helps, but definitely some devs are lazy. Look at how Phasmo ran before you enabled FSR performance.
Wait. You're losing the Australian accent.
Yeah, no, because I was just trying to focus too much on what he's saying.
Getting lazy.
So I got like a developer. I'm like a developer using DSLL or whatever the fuck it is.
Couldn't handle both. Stop computing.
NS Paul says PlayStation Direct says 449 and 499. So is it just like, is the digital version gone now? It doesn't exist. It's been replaced by Slim. Is that it?
I think so.
Guess so.
LSB says, have they revised the PS5 yet? Or is it still the same basic models available at launch? It's got the Slim. There's the Slim. That's the revision, basically, where you have the option to put the drive on separately.
Well,
if
and
you
then
buy it separately.
and the one that comes together. Because mine, I bought it with the disc shit, and I can't take that shit off.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I have a single disc game, but I remember thinking at the time, oh, I need to get the disc one. So,
yeah, me too.
Because
No Man's Sky, the only game I own.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky is the only one I put in.
Sometimes you can buy the pre-owned copies cheaper, you know.
Yeah, but I've never
Maybe
done
not
this.
right now, but in
And
a
even
year.
even all my PS4 games that I have physical, like I just haven't been interested in playing them again.
Then why are you buying them?
They've already been bought last generation. I just didn't sell them. Next topic. Importance is I get it if GT ran at 120. Damn. It could. That's possible, you know? Alright, next topic then is a bit of a rumor going around about Half-Life. 2 new Half-Life games, apparently.
This is relevant for me.
Yeah, it's relevant now.
Yeah.
Kind of. So this information comes from an article on roadtovr.com. So there's apparently a big YouTuber, got like over 300,000 subscribers. His name is Tyler McVicker, and he's like big into like sleuthing over Valve stuff, going over all their data and trying to find things in the code and all this kind of shit.
Snooper. He's a snooper.
Yeah, a snooper. So for a long time, like, have you heard of this Valve Deckard thing, like codename Deckard?
Yeah, I have heard this rumor.
So it's like a Quest, basically their version of a Quest. It's going to be like a standalone VR headset that they're planning on doing. Apparently that's still on the cards, even though it's gone quiet for a long time. And they're going to have, well, according to this guy, he suspects they're going to have like a Half-Life game to go along with this, just like they did with the Index. And at the same time, there's also like a flat Half-Life game in development alongside it, codenamed HLX. And the two games are going to have like interactive elements somehow. So the guy playing the flat one controls Gordon Freeman, and then whoever's in the VR one controls Alex Vance or some shit, and then they're like doing some kind of co-op shit that way. I don't like, it's all, you know, you can read it for yourself on the article, but
Interesting.
we don't know if it's true or not. Rumors and, you know, leaks and whatnot.
I think
so who knows if it actually happens.
When they first started this rumor, is this the one that people were like thinking maybe they're finally doing Half-Life 3, or did it just turn into this? Like maybe that was early rumors?
HLX could be Half-Life 3. For all I know. That's the
rumor I was hearing. The rumor I was hearing is like, oh man, are they actually doing a Half-Life Alex or Half-Life 3?
Yeah.
Be great if they did. Really,
and like,
but
sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm done.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like they've learned their lesson of you know, the backlash they got from everyone whinging about Half-Life Alyx not being flat as well, and they're kind of keeping both camps happy by also having like a flat one to go along with it. But I don't know how similar they'd be. Are they like completely different games? Are they?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's how do they interact? That would be, if this is true. But I mean, that would be cool to see how they interact. Like, do you play co-op at the same time, like someone playing on a flat screen and you're in VR and you can like interact and see each other, or is it like a?
I don't know. It was like the way they described it was like asymmetrical co-op. So like one person is in the real world, which is Gordon, and then one person's in a virtual reality within the game, if you know what I mean, like a very VR within VR.
Inception inside Inception.
There you go. But yeah, LSB says more Half-Life in any form is a good thing, but having it be exclusive to some new Valve head-mounted display worries me. Why doesn't Batman worry you? Why doesn't Batman mean exclusive worry you, LSB?
So everybody's got a Quest. He's got a Quest.
Important says they're getting the VR folks to market. I'm sorry, they're getting the VR folks to market to the flat people by telling them how good it is during co-op. Yeah, smart. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but it's gone on my head now. Yeah, does anyone like? I haven't paid much attention to the Deckard. Like, is there?
Nope.
Is it supposed to be like a beefy thing, or like way more powerful than a Quest, or much the same?
I have no idea. I don't
know, because I don't care about that, but I mean, it's interesting and it's cool, and I think it's gonna be a solid thing, but I don't know if it's gonna sell. It's like the fucking, when they brought this game out, they brought a headset out and it didn't really sell. I know it's PSVR only, but I don't know. I don't know much about it, to be honest. That's Decepticon.
I think you got like the reason Quest is so successful is because it's standalone and because of the price. So if they're also doing a standalone, and if they also can get like an attractive price, then there's every reason I think that they can do something special. But like maybe not on the level that Meta are doing, where they're getting marketing deals and third-party exclusives and stuff like that. That's not really Valve's style to do exclusives and shit like that. So that might bite them in the ass. I don't know.
But maybe they have another selling point. Maybe it looks better than the Quest, or I don't fucking know. Maybe they can have something else besides, we also out there.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know anything about Deckard. Some people probably do, but I haven't looked into it. So, yeah, I don't know.
It could just be the passion project from them, and they're not really caring if it if it does well or not. I mean, they have all the money in the world that they make off of Steam, so it's like they just want to make a headset and make another Half-Life game just for the sake of making it. They can go right ahead, and I'm sure plenty of people will be playing them. So
yeah, but yeah, I think if Sony do another VR headset, it's probably going to be standalone as well. I think that's the safe. But if you're still serious about it, then that's probably the way to go.
Do you think the Deckard supposed to be wired or wireless? Does it say anything about that?
They said standalone here, so I assume that means wireless.
Oh, standalone.
Unless it wirelessly connects to designed to be with the PC, like if you like the AirLink or whatever on Quest. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more topic, which was added very late because in the fax machine, Elephant Trap. So shout out to Elephant Trap, who put this question in the fax machine. Basically, he alerted me to the fact that apparently there's going to be, Flat2VR, how they announced 4 games at that showcase recently. There's going to be a 5th one. They're going to announce that next week. So this is really surprising to me. Apparently it's in time with Tokyo Game Show and some other events, so maybe it's lining up with that, because I was confused as to why they wouldn't do all 5 at that event instead of keeping one for a week later or 2 weeks later, whatever it is. So it was on the Q2C VR Gamer Live podcast, which is hosted by Eric. So Eric is the COO of Flat2VR Studios as well. And he mentioned throughout that podcast that there's going to be a 5th one and they're going to announce it. And when somebody asked him about it, he let slip that it's not going to be a Flat to VR port, but it's going to be a ground up VR game this time. So I don't know if that means it's an original game, or is it still going to be based on an IP, or I'm not really sure what that means, but in that regard,
keep the expectations low.
Intriguing.
But yeah, he said think outside the box as well. I think for when people were trying to get it out of him what it is, he was don't just think first person shooters or whatever. So
Buck snacks.
He mentioned it could be a side scroller or something like that. He's trying to give you different genres of things that could work in VR. I'm not saying that it was a side scroller or whatever, but maybe he was trying to hint that it is. I don't know, but that's interesting, and hopefully also it's coming to PSVR2. There's a good chance it is if all the other 4 are as well. I don't see why they would leave out PSVR2 for one of them.
Man, there's some side-scrolling games that could be amazing in VR.
Yeah,
really, really good. Did you guys ever play Little Nightmares?
I've seen games, but I've never played it though.
That game would be nuts in VR. That would be absolutely nuts.
Isn't there isn't that an Unreal injector mod? You can do it on that game? Is that an Unreal game?
Maybe. I have no idea.
I don't know if that's Unreal Engine, is it?
I don't know if it is. Could be.
I have it in my head that it is, but maybe not. Important says the need.
Yes.
Yes?
It is.
It is, okay.
It is Unreal Engine
Unreal.
4. I just don't know if how it plays because remember there's a list. Decepticon share the list of the games and how good
Yeah,
they play.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this runs well enough, but there's at least the first one is. I don't know if the second one because there's two and apparently the second one is better.
So
But the
if
first
you
one's
if you
really
wanted that in theory, you wouldn't want that to be first person. You'd want it to still be a side scroller, like where you're just
Yeah.
kind of looking around the world instead.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good point.
Important says they need a PvP shooter for it to sell. Counter-Strike VR. Come on, Valve. Well, don't they have like Deadlock coming out? This like secret game that's not a secret, but it's like an Overwatch kind of fucking game. That's probably going to be the next big thing because everything Valve does, people slobber over. LSB says, do you think Flat2VR might be spreading themselves a little thin by working on many titles at the same time? Well, I think it's like a good sign that it doesn't take that long to port a flat game to a VR game. Although this one that they're talking about now sounds like it probably will be a lot more effort because it's ground up virtual reality, so that might be a different story.
Just give
So
us
do you
that a
think-
shot.
Do you think this game's going to be like the big announcement for them, or is this going to be just kind of a little side project,
No
and that's
idea.
why they're doing it
No
later?
idea. I mean, I'll keep your
Like, what-
expectations
what-
low,
Yeah, but like the fact that they had the four of them in the last show, and then they're just doing this one separately.
Yeah.
Do you think that means it's just like another smaller game that they're just doing on the side as well? That's not as big as those four, or do you think it's bigger and that's why they're doing it separately? What's your guess?
It's smaller.
You think smaller?
I think maybe bigger. I might be more impressive because they're making it ground up VR, so maybe it's something that we
Yeah.
remember as being one
Maybe.
way, and even if it's not something that's like, if it's a side scroller, you might think to yourself, oh, fucking retro trash, whatever, people like me
Right.
who are snobs. But then the fact that it's been remade ground up might make it, like, give it extra appeal.
Yeah, I think it might be a big one.
Well, like, it's all going
Hopefully.
to depend on what the game is, like Streets of Rage or something like that. That'd be cool.
Streets of Rage, yeah,
I don't-
like a beat 'em up, like a side-scrolling beat 'em up would be
Yeah.
pretty fun. Like that you could play co-op with like 4 people. That'd be pretty fun.
And it's kind of a
Yeah.
big-ish IP as well. Like, it used to be big, but it's
Ninja
not really
Turtles.
big anymore.
Ninja
I think
Turtles.
that's too big.
Ninja
That's too
Turtles.
big. That's too big. They don't have that IP.
That's a big IP.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe something like Streets of Rage. That could be guessable for them, maybe.
Double Dragon.
What's that name? That's Metal Slug.
Yeah, maybe.
Metal Slug.
Something like that. Contra, Metal Slug, all those kind of things. No, we're all saying side scrollers, but it might not be. I think he's just kind of throwing that out there as an example,
Yeah.
God knows what it could be. Could be real-time
The kind of-
strategy, Who knows?
The kind of side-scrolling I would love to see in VR is like the more simple, stylized ones, like Inside. Do you guys know Inside?
I know it's, again, one of those things, like Limbo is like a sequel to Limbo or something, or a spiritual
Yeah.
successor or whatever.
Inside is such a great game. If you haven't played it, you should play it. Literally, it's only like maybe 2 hours long to play.
I think
not
it's
a
on
very
my
long game.
I think it's on my library. Was it like a PS Plus game for like a year or two
Probably.
ago or something? I think I might have it.
Probably,
Just haven't
but you
played it.
should play it. It's just really, really good. And that kind of look and aesthetic in VR, like, because it has such depth. Like, in the background, you see stuff like way in the distance, and having that in VR to see like that kind of contrast would be pretty cool to see.
All right.
That's not going to happen though. I'm just rambling.
God knows what it could be. But we'll know this time next week. We'll be talking about it then. But
Where's Ricardo? I never saw Ricardo at all.
he's
all night.
tired. He's tired tonight. But that's it for topics. So we go to the fax machine. I'll hit you with the intro.
No
now.
dance. No
It's
dance.
that
ladies.
time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to
One more
our
thing about
fax
Half-Life,
machine and
since we
see
were
what
talking
we
about
have.
Half-Life.
Fax me
I'm
harder,
still really
Daddy.
enjoying Half-Life
I've been
3.
a bad boy.
But the longer I'm playing it, the more annoyed I am that there's no sprint. It's
Interesting.
just bugging me because it's slow. It's so slow, such slow pace, and it wasn't bothering me so much at the beginning because it was so cool and awesome to see it. But like the longer I'm playing it, I just want to like go get through areas faster, and it's bugging me that I can't sprint.
There you go. I just want to point out that you called it Half-Life 3.
Yep. I was gonna say, what's he talking about?
he's got the exclusive.
I'm playing Half-Life 3. Sorry. Oh my goodness, my
You can't run.
embargo.
You can't
Oh
run
my
in this.
goodness.
He's
I'm
leaked it.
gonna
You can't run
be
like
sued. I'm gonna be sued.
Gabe Newell on the fucking helicopter right now to Canada.
Yeah, they're busting my door like any second now. If that was true,
it's gonna be shot to death.
Yeah.
On the stream. All right, the first one then is from Elephant Trap, and this is what tipped me off in the first place about this Flat2VR, because I didn't hear anyone else talk about this. But his question was, Flat2VR will apparently announce a 5th game next week. What would be your ultimate Flat2VR game? For me, it would be a GTA game. That's what Elephant Trap says.
Yeah.
Yours is Battlefield. Was you going to say Battlefield?
Yes.
Yes, there we go. Jackpot?
Always has and always will be my number one want in VR.
I didn't hear what Jackpot said. Sorry, say that again.
Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks? Alright, and for me, I'm also going to agree with Elephant Trap, GTA. GTA 6, ideally, but if that's not possible, I'll still be happy with GTA 5, as long as it includes online as well.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
That'd be sick too, yeah. Any big open world game would be nice. But I think we're a long, long way away from Flat2VR getting their hands on GTA or Red Dead or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we got another question, final question, from LSB. He says, so now that you've had some real time with your PSVR2 PC viewer adapter, what is your favorite PC viewer game to play on PSVR2? Personally, I think it's Contractors. You know, Phasmophobia, like, I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it more as I go along. But I had my first experience with Phasmophobia was kind of bad because of how choppy and framey it was until I fixed that setting. So that kind of dampened it.
And your hand was freezing too with the controller.
Yeah. Well, that was happening in Contractors as well, though. But But with Contractors, it's like, even though I was expecting Contractors to be good, it kind of exceeded my expectations a little bit, you know. Whereas, don't get me wrong, I still really like Phasmophobia. I might even end up playing Phasmophobia way more than I do Contractors by the end of the year. I don't know. Nope. But I like them both a lot. Like, Phasmophobia is a close second, but Contractors, you know, that's the one for me right now. Muzz?
You gotta like Devour more.
Shut your mouth, bitch.
Oh, for me, it's easily Half-Life.
Yeah.
I haven't played too much yet. I mean, I played Half-Life, I played Phasmo, I played Contractors, and I was in the big screen with you guys, which that was fun.
But nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to play it. Nobody wants to do big screen. So
VR chat.
I'm always down to go to big screen. Listen, the only time we're gonna be able to bring people in big screen is when the fucking rough and rowdy.
Why is that? Why don't people want to watch fucking movies or gay porn?
Because they're bitches.
You know?
No, I don't want to watch that.
Watch
but
gay
I watch
porn
a
with
movie.
your pals.
No.
No.
I will watch the Alien movie. We can watch the Alien movie, or we can get a fucking Animal Planet, the reptilian episode, and have Pete in there.
I'm not watching nature documentaries. I just simply.
Well, then fucking Alien movie.
So
Alien, whatever.
Alien movie. Right.
I don't fully understand how the big screen works. So, can you have like a movie loaded like on a USB, and you plug it in, and you can just play that file and play it on the screen?
You stream whatever is on your desktop. You stream it to the screen on big screen. Yeah. So if you have a file on your computer, if you have a movie on your computer, whatever it is, you can basically stream it there. So yeah, you can. I mean, if you have a USB, plug it into your computer. You open the file like you open the computer, and it's just
and it'll play the movie.
Yeah. So just cast your screen, your PC screen. So whatever you put there is going to be on big screen as well.
Okay.
Which means we can never stream it, but it's still fun to play, or watch something, hang out with the guys.
Well, you probably can't stream a lot of this stuff either. I mean, you can stream VR chat with the 3D movies, but you're gonna get your shit taken down.
I won't do that.
You know.
But yeah, LSP says, "Wow, Showdown takes the win." Are you surprised by that? Did you think it was gonna be Alex or Phasmophobia? But listen, still early days. I put like 12 hours into Contractors and maybe 10 into Phasmophobia or something like that. So there's still a lot. It's very early days, basically.
Yeah. Once I start getting more into Contractors, that might totally take over, and I might get hooked as well.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying Alex as well. I'm doing a playthrough of it now, but it's just like, because it's a single player game. It's kind of like, once it's done, I know I'm probably not going to play it again for a good while, until I forget it maybe, and then I'll play it again. But
you also, there's the
mods.
The Bioshock one, where you can go to like Rapture. You can go into Rapture, and it's supposed to be amazing. It's like the Bioshock that we always wanted.
Yeah,
I'm almost more excited to play that as I am playing Half-Life, because once I'm done Half-Life, I'm going to be looking for that.
Yeah, there's a John Wick one as well. I really want to try.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's a John Wick mod?
Yeah. It's like you clear out like a nightclub or something like that, and you kind of try and beat your time every time you do it.
Okay, so it's not like substantial. It's kind of like not like a full-fledged game. It's more just like a...
Oh no, it's just it's like a level. It's not a big thing,
Okay, yeah.
but it's still cool. Like you're using real guns instead of like the holography kind of futuristic ones in Half-Life. Bad Robo says maybe you could introduce a movie segment to your channel. What was the last movie you saw, etc.? Embarrassing team, says Bad Robo. Classic, just sneaking in the embarrassing team at the end. I don't know if I'll go into movies, like doing covering movies or anything on the channel. That could be a different thing entirely.
What's embarrassing team?
He just calls them, like anytime we talk about contractors, he just says embarrassing team because we get killed by fucking squeakers all the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Squeaks.
But obviously he's impressed though. He's impressed. He's addicted. He's addicted to the team. He can't get enough. Anyway, that's all the fax machine done. Another episode wrapped up.
Machine.
An hour and 40 minutes.
Nobody uses a fax machine anymore. What's
No one
it's a
wants
dead
to
channel.
make any
It's a dead channel. Keep telling you that. Nobody listens.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Donnie, LSP, and
Bad
Dan.
Robo. Bad Robo's like
And
showed
Dad.
up recently. He's like
Bad
stuck
Robo,
around. He's
yeah.
like new phrase, becoming a permanent fixture. But yeah, it's the old reliables keeping the place afloat. But yeah, that's fine. I'm having a good time still. No need to cry about it.
Yeah.
On stream live. I wait till I hit the end broadcast before I do that. So I can't speak.
Broadcast.
Broadcast.
You can never speak, especially the R's and the shits. You cannot.
I can go stick in order
surprised
wherever
you-
I want.
Yeah. You retain the people without the ladies. That's an achievement.
Yeah.
He's going to be
sure
paddling with those oars all day long.
did. Yeah.
All day long.
Damn emotional scenes in the chat as well, except for Bad Robo who's laughing. All right, Muzz, Jackboss, anything you want to say before I end the stream?
No.
No? Damn, you didn't say buy a quest. I thought he was going to say buy a quest. You didn't.
I
It's
said
getting
Muzz.
docked.
I was letting
Both
him
of you.
get first.
Okay,
and then I was
okay.
gonna say-
So, do you want to say something, Jackboss?
You're gonna mute me. Shut the fuck
I'm
up.
not going to mute
You're
you.
trash. You're trash.
All right, okay, goodbye.
Likewise.
Thanks for watching.
Likewise.
Hit subscribe, hit like, do all the usual YouTube
Bye.
shies.
On
We'll be back
subscribe.
tomorrow. Viewer chats tomorrow. Wednesdays tomorrow. Viewer chat tomorrow. We'll
You
stream that.
excited? You like that game?
It's good
What are
fun.
your
It's good fun. It
expectations?
depends
I
on
feel
like
like
it
you were,
depends.
Depends
Go
on-
on, go on.
I feel like you had a very negative stereotype of VR chat. And you thought it was gonna be boring, and you thought it was gonna be this weird shit.
Well, yeah,
and
yeah,
you
I
were
did.
couldn't even stop laughing. You were like passing out in your room.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Listen, but as long as like I feel like that might dry up at a point, and then it might just stop being fun. You know, I'm worried.
I'm
I'm worried.
still waiting to see these. I'm still waiting to see these really, really high-end user-made levels because everything you've shown me so far is not that.
Honestly, I know the 10th floor was fucking jank and shit, but I still enjoyed that. That was funny. When you got grabbed, was you changed into an anime girl with like massive tits, and then the demon took you away. That was fucking. Very
I think
good.
that's
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He knew
Yeah, I know
exactly
you
what
picked
he
the
was doing.
right one. The VR chat for me, it's more about that and having fun more than the levels are really quality. It's more about fucking
Yeah.
around with the different characters and stuff like that, and then the different rooms. But yeah, there's some that are good quality, but yeah, overall for me it's like dreams. They're like
Did you see the
They're
last
cool.
room that we were in, like the cheese volcano?
yeah.
That was ridiculous. Yes, it's random shit there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rogue just says I don't know about that cheese though exactly. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Oh, Bad Robo says, hey, 30 people are watching you. That's okay. 30 people's not bad. I wasn't expecting it to be that much. Thank you, 30 people watching.
girls.
Time to close my 30 tabs over here. And
I got my phone running, my iPad, everything running.
got a
I
farm in
an
China.
Android.
I got a Chinese dude. He's got a bike. Do you ever see him on the bicycle with like all the phones on the display, and he's got all of them running.
Pokemon Go.
Anyway, I'm ending the stream.
After
Goodbye.
the stream, he just goes on the radio, like, shut it down. It's over.
I can't afford it anymore. Goodbye.
Bye, quest.